Right, so I don't have a set of like notes to go over to explain how to do this, so I'm just going to make an answer key of the first page here. And excuse me, once you think you have it like figured out, you can maybe just stop watching the video and like try this on your own. You know, however you want to do it. But when you're working with irregular figures, basically it's just like a shape that doesn't have a name. For example, if you look at the second problem here, like you can see it's two rectangles stuck together, but that doesn't have a name. That's why it's an irregular figure. In these problems, we just want to find the area of the shaded region. So we're going to have to find the area of like the bigger shape and then just subtract the area of the smaller white shape that's inside. So let's just do these 4 problems. So the first one's pretty basic. You have 2 rectangles. So the shaded region is just 12 times 5, which equals 60. And the white region is 8 times 3, which equals 24. So if you subtract those two, you get 36, and of course you're finding the area, so you want to square your units. Okay. Now the second one's a little bit more tricky. I need to split up these shapes into shapes that I can recognize and work with. So I'm just going to do the white part first. So I split this up into 2 rectangles. Now I know this bottom one is just 6 times 18, and that is 6 times 18. That's 108. And this top rectangle here, I know this distance is 7. If I do 13 minus 6, I get 7 for this side as well. So 7 times 7 is 49. Now I have to add those two numbers together to get 157 for the white region. Now for the shaded, I'm going to split it up here. Now the thing with these shapes is you can really you can split them up however you want to. You don't have to do it the same way that I do it, but this is just like what my brain sees. Okay, so we got to figure out some dimensions here. This is 36. This whole side is 28, and this is 11. So if I subtract those two sides, I'm going to get 17 for here. So then if we do 36 times 17, that gives me 612. And then for this bottom rectangle here, I have 11, and this distance here is 36 minus 22, which is going to be 14. So then if I do 14 times 11, that equals 154. Okay, now again, we have to add these two numbers. You get 766. Now I can subtract 766 minus 157. I get 609 meters squared. Okay, so however you split it up, in whatever different shapes like you see, you should get that same final answer. Okay, the last two are a little bit easier. For this one here, I just have 2 triangles, so my big triangle is half of 6 times 8, which is 24, and my smaller triangle is half of 3 times 4, which is 6. So if I subtract those two, I get 18 centimeters squared. I know this is 4 because these tick marks tell me these are congruent, so they're both 4. Okay, and my last one here, my shaded region, that's just a rectangle, big shape, so that's 12 times 4, which is 48, and the white space here is a triangle, so that's half of 9 times 4, which is 18. And when you subtract the two, you get 30 centimeters squared. There it is. Thanks for watching.